And of course, this is what he does. The argument made on Iraq is not an Iraq argument primarily. It is an appeal to the fear of 9/11. Similarly here, same speech, almost a year ago. Nothing has changed. Karl Rove has even stressed it. Lessons of 9/11 take center stage. How about another one? Press conference at the White House. Time to have a mic test. What's he going to say? 9/11. Well, everything about Iraq, the dead, it's 2,500 now, torture, Flamegate, quagmire, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. Domestic deficits, no bid contracts, gas prices, 9/11. And here we have the helpful Skippy McScapegoat. Skippy McScapegoat wants to show you how you can use 9/11 in a similar way in your personal affairs. Everyday jams, use 9/11. You knock over the cans, 9/11. Lose the game, 9/11. And of course, the most embarrassing, 9/11. For adultery, try 9/11. So it's the Swiss Army knife. Now, it should be clear, therefore, any person of goodwill who wants to stop the existing wars and to avoid the next one, which is upon us, should put 9/11 as the cutting edge of everything, in the same way that Craig Hill is saying that the impeachment resolution has bite, has traction and a chance. If you make the misprision of treason on 9/11 the first item against Bush and Cheney, that cuts into their base. If you make Iraq the first item, that solidifies their front. You got to attack the flank. Don't attack the front. Attack the flank. Attack the rear, but not the front. Now, this is, of course, the first line of defense. But now, who believes this right now today? Who supports this? These are intelligence experts who now tell us they were completely wrong on Iraq, but they know everything about 9/11. So they're discredited and failures, and we're supposed to believe them on 9/11. Now, I think in this case we have to recognize that the left liberal intelligentsia, the so-called radical liberals or gatekeepers, are the main supporters of the 9/11 myth. Here's a list. You can quibble with some individuals, maybe somebody wants to, but generally speaking, this is the story. The biggest barrier to 9/11 truth are the left liberals. And this person, Chomsky, this is Noam Chomsky. He's writing his name now, Noam with a capital G. See if you can figure that one out. This is now the main public supporter of the official version on 9/11. That is to say, of a racist, warmongering lie, a blood libel against the Arabs and the Muslims of this world, put out cynically by the people who really did it, and he supports them. And he tells people, don't get involved. And then, of course, in the broadcasting world, it's Amy Goodman of Democracy Now!, hated throughout the Pacifica network, privatized her program, bilks the whole network for money. And then, of course, for the ultra-lefts, we have Ward Churchill, whose line is, if you don't accept the official version, you're an anti-Arab racist because you're saying Arabs are not capable of great things. I therefore have awarded Ward the Arlen Specter Award for 2005, the most imaginative defense of the official version in honor of the finder of the magic bullet thesis from the Kennedy assassination. So they believe Bush. They wouldn't be caught dead believing Bush on anything else. But on this, they believe him, the most important issue of the age. So this is my thesis. Only 9/11 truth can stop Bush, the Iran war, World War III. And if it weren't for the gatekeepers, Bush's 9/11 flank would be in the air. And of course, no gentleman wants to have his flank in the air on such a important issue. And it's all the more shameful because we now know for sure that the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, the main formative experience of the lives of most of these people, the Gulf of Tonkin of August 1964, the fake incident, we can go into it, was a fraud. And we know that officially since last November. According to world press, the in-house historian of the National Security Administration, Hanyak agency, says that they faked all of these reports. Now, my conceptual scheme is a little bit more complex than it has been in past presentations. If you want to understand state-sponsored false flag terrorism, you got to look at patsies, moles, professional killers, or technicians. Remember that the government resources are accessed by way of drills, and that the command center is privatized, I would think. Dick Cheney runs 9/11. An old drunk with 3 heart attacks and 4 pacemakers, his ideologue wife yapping in his ear from the American Enterprise Institute, and he can't hit the broadside of a barn, and he's going to direct all this. Well, no. He has tasks. He is a cog in the machine. He's part of the coup, but he's not directing anything. The thing is being directed from some private military firm. I'll show you some candidates in just a minute. Let's look at some patsies. The classic patsy is, of course, Oswald, who said, quote, "I'm just a patsy." He knew what he was. He is, of course, a double agent, FBI, CIA, or something like that. The problem with the patsy is the question of physical impossibility. The patsy has all kinds of criminal intent. Don't ever say a patsy is innocent. Patsy is not innocent. The patsy is guilty of criminal intent. But what he lacks is the physical, technical capability to produce the effects you see. In other words, Oswald, using that rifle, can't shoot the number of shots in the available time with the necessary accuracy. He can't do it. He could be Satan himself. He can't do it. Sirhan has a pistol with 8 chambers. He can't shoot 12 or 14 shots out of 8 chambers. Can't do it, no matter what criminal intent. Okay? Patsies are expendable. The obvious thing to do with a patsy is to liquidate them, because otherwise they can blackmail you, nothing but trouble, so you liquidate them. Now here are the patsies. We have, of course, the famous Atta. I want to focus your attention on Hani Hanjour, because when Professor Fetzer was showing the plane coming in, that was Hani Hanjour at the controls, and this guy is a documented basket case. They're all low-grade subjects, and we'll see what they are. Fanatics, dupes, double agents. Some of them are schizophrenic. They go back between double agent and dupe or fanatic. A very special case. Here in Hollywood, we remember Rudolph Valentino in the 1920s, and particularly the famous film The Sheik, where the Sheik would hypnotize women with his gaze, right? So this is what he was trained to do. The job of a patsy is to make sure you get noticed everywhere you go, and nobody will ever forget they saw you because you've got that gaze. He's also a sex maniac, a cocaine addict, a drunk, and a cat torturer. One of his hobbies was to pull cats apart, to literally tear them limb from limb. If you want to know the dynamics, again, thanks to Hollywood, we have the package here. This is an attempt to kill Gorbachev in the 80s, and they bring in 2 people. They bring in a professional killer, which is this character over here, right? Bobby Lee Jones, and then the other guy is a dupe. He's a patsy, and they kill him. How about Zarqawi? We just had the great Zarqawi campaign a couple of days ago. And as I say, the thing with him is he's not an individual. He's a stable of doubles. Doppelganger, right? If you look in World War II, it's always doppelganger, doppelganger. So here he is. His secret is that this stable is run by U.S. and British military intelligence. Why? Because he commits atrocities. You can therefore vilify the Iraqis in the eyes of world public opinion, and you can scare the hell out of the bourgeoisie and the petty bourgeoisie. The property classes don't want to be left to that guy, so they say, maybe we take a chance with the U.S. rather than get our heads cut off. Also notice, what he does is kill Iraqis. He doesn't kill invaders. He kills Iraqis, and he likes to kill Shiites. But wait a minute. Was that the same guy? Well, I don't think it is. It looks to me like it was obviously 2 different people. One guy on the internet put together this photo gallery. This is all the same Zarqawi, we're told, but I think I see 3 separate people, and the first 3 are all separate. So much so that we have this other account which shows where these Zarqawis might be coming from, right? Jay Leno is going to put this on tonight for us. They're actually all 4 they're going to make an appearance tonight. Now also, Bin Laden is also a patsy in many ways. Bin Laden is a dreamer, a misfit, a basket case in his own right. Couldn't find the men's room without a CIA covert operation. gets dialysis, all kinds of things, legal services from the CIA. The important guy here is Zawahiri, more like a controller, MI6 agent, British agent.